All right, Casey, I want to thank you for joining us today. This is Casey Abernethy, a former student who agreed to talk a little bit about her career and what HOSA meant to her when she was a HOSA member. Go ahead, Casey.
Hey, y'all. Like Ms. Mold said, my name's Casey Abernethy. I was a former HOSA member quite some time ago, under Ms. Mold, actually. And so what I do now is I work for a medical device company called Medtronic, and we are the largest medical device company in the world. And my title is Senior Clinical Specialist, meaning that when our products are used in the operating room or in an operating facility, I get to go in the room while they're using our products as kind of the technical and procedural expert for our products. I love my job. I've been doing it for 5.5 years. I'm in surgery almost every day, which right now during this whole COVID pandemic has been pretty interesting to try to navigate. Getting permission to get in the hospitals has been tough, as well as being in the operating rooms with COVID positive patients. It's a lot right now. I think that, medicine has to go on. Doctors are desperately needed, nurses, techs, everybody is so needed right now. I think getting a jump start while you can, being in high school is going to benefit your career. I know it did me. I did biomedical debate, and it was one of the best things I've ever done for myself. It gave me a lot of confidence to speak in front of people. It taught me to be able to understand why people believe the way they did about something. It taught me how to do research on my own, which is such a valuable skill, especially in college and even in my career now, where I still have to do research because physicians will put you on the spot and ask you questions. And I know had I not done debate, I would not be as comfortable answering those questions because they ask you in front of a room of everybody else, and you'd better be able to answer. And if you can't answer, then you need to be able to say, you know what, I'm not certain right now, but I'm going to research it and get you the answer. I'm fortunate I know how to research it. I know what to look for. I know who to call. HOSA opened a lot of doors to get me to talk to people that I necessarily wouldn't have talked to otherwise. I'm not embarrassed to reach out and say, hey, can you help me? And that was such a key thing for me. I had good confidence in high school, but HOSA really honed in on that and allowed me to be myself. Doing debate was definitely where I belonged. I loved it. I loved what I did. I loved the topics. I loved looking at things from both sides. That's another thing that's really important that I was taught was understanding that not everything is one-sided. And you may think, okay, I'll look at this completely this way until you start researching and see the opposite side. And then all of a sudden your eyes are open and you're like, hey, wait a minute, this isn't as one-sided as I thought it was going to be. So it was fantastic. Some of my best high school memories came from HOSA. The trips were awesome. We had so much fun. I made great friends. I made friends I may not otherwise have made because we were put together on teams. And you learn to work with people that you may think, oh, I don't know if I can work with this person. I don't know about this, but you can. And that translates directly into the workforce today. You're not going to like everybody you work with. You're not going to get along with them, but you have to learn how to do it. It's essential. And I learned all that stuff from HOSA. We had great teachers and faculty that encouraged us to work together, that talked to us about how to work together. And we overcame obstacles even then. And it was awesome. So I would tell you, if you have any questions about joining it will change your life. You may not realize it now. It took me a few years to really understand how great the organization was and what I took from it. But here I am many years later, still involved, still want to be involved, and still feel this strongly. So I think you won't go wrong. I think you'll be so happy if you do it.
Yeah, I do appreciate you. I'm so proud of you and the things you've done in your life. You were one of the best presidents we ever had. Years and years later, I can still say that. But thank you, Casey, for your time today and for sharing your HOSA story with us.
Thank you, Ms. Mold. Thanks for having me. Good luck to you guys. You're going to love it.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ms. Mold.